Right then, folks, Vlookup function. See if I can do this in under 5 minutes. So here is my spreadsheet. It's on balance test. And I'm going to write a Vlookup function which allows me to make a comment based on each person's average score. So I'm going to put my Vlookup function going all the way down here. So the first thing I need to do is to write in a heading. So I'm just going to say comment like that. And I'm just going to use the conditional formatter to click on here like that. So it's good to go. Now, my Vlookup function is going to work by the computer looking at the average score and then comparing it to a set of scores and comments in a table, which means I have to write my table here. So I'm going to make up my table. That's the next thing to do. So I'm going to highlight a section. I'm going to go to the borders and select all borders. I'm going to give it a heading. So this is going to be my score and my comment, just because I've done that for everything else. I better use my format painter to make the same styles. There we go, like that. Now, how does the comment table work? Well, you need to put a table together which starts on the lowest score, which is always going to be 0. Then, oops, what's happened there? Oh, it's got some sort of strange formatting. Let's just get rid of it. There we go, 0. Then you need to decide how much you go up in. And what I would do is I would look at your average score and look to see what is the biggest average score. So in this case, mine is about 33. So I'm going to go up in tens. So I'm going to, the next one is 10, then 20, then 30, then 40. And I'm just going to center these numbers just because it looks a bit better. Click, click. So I'm now going to write my comment. And now my comment is going to be if anyone gets a score between 0 and the next number, which would be 10. So 0 and 9.9. So now I'm just going to write some comments. And you can make yours much better than mine. Rubbish, not so good, okay, good, and then excellent. So there is now my lookup table. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to give my lookup table a name so that the computer knows where to go to get the comments. So what I do is I highlight the table and I highlight just the numbers and the comments. I don't do the labels. Then I go over to here and click on it and I call my table a name. Now I'm just going to call my table comment, C-O-M-M-E-N-T. And what's very important is I now press enter. And when I press enter, the computer gives this section of cells a name called comment. And that's what we call unique. No other cells will have that name. So now to go making up my Vlookup function. I click in the cell where I want my function to go. Oops, I was interrupted there. So we click on the cell where we want our function to go, and then we go to formulas, then insert function. And then you might have it there. If not, you have to type in the word Vlookup like that and press go. Click OK, and up comes the function wizard box. So the lookup value is your average. So it's the value that you want the computer to look up. The table array is the table that contains your comments, because you want the computer to look up your value and compare it to the values in the table. So the name of your table, I think, was called comment. There we go. And a good check is, if it works, this will come up. And then the column index number is the number, or the column number in your table that contains your comments. So this is column 1 and this is column 2. So we simply put in the number 2. And if you get a value here, it's a good sign. Click OK, and there we go. Our Vlookup function has looked up 33.93 and compared it to where it fits, and it goes just into here, because remember this is between 30 and 39. Once that's done, click on it, find the little rectangle in the bottom right corner and drag your function all the way down to the bottom. There you go. I'm just going to put in a grid line like that. And there we are. Now the Vlookup function is absolutely fantastic because what you can then do is you can go and change some of these entries. So I could change this comment to hopeless, and watch, this will automatically change over. I could change these scores like that, so I can change the scales, and that changes too. Now once you made one Vlookup function, you can simply go and make another for another test. Another test. You can use the same table, but if you want to make a new table, remember you must give it a new name, otherwise the computer will keep going back to that table. And that's how to do the Vlookup function.